Bullet Club Civil War continues with Kenny Omega and Cody Ibushi of the Golden Lovers against fellow Bullet Club turncoats Cody Rhodes and Adam Hangman Page. This match took place at Sakura Genesis. I believe it was night 2. I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong on the whole night thing. All I know is that this match had a lot of these matches had a lot of big things, like Kazuchika Okada versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Marty Scurll versus Will Ospreay. I'll plan to talk about those at a later date, but I want to talk about this whole Bullet Club Civil War storyline. And since those matches, while Marty Scurll is part of Bullet Club, it's not really relating to, as far as I know, to the whole Bullet Club Civil War storyline. So I decided to say, I'll watch that match later. I'm able to, since they split the matches up on the New Japan Pro Wrestling World site. So this tag team match between the Golden Lovers and Hangman Page and Cody of Bullet Club, pretty freaking awesome match. It's really awesome. And yeah, Cody and Kenny starting off. Yeah, considering that it will be around this time their upcoming confrontation to determine the future of Bullet Club between Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes, which will be awesome when I get to watching that. It also showed off in this match that Kenny Omega and Cody Ibushi are finally becoming more in sync after some ring rust they had together as a tag team to do things in sync. So I'm really liking that. And I love how the referee just gives leeway to the opponent, to the people in the ring, like having a fatal 4-way fight break out, having a steel chair shot, table crashing spots. Yeah, and I did love how they didn't try to stop Cody's busted open covering over his left eye. Yeah, it also gave me like, okay, yeah, he would be a psycho killer. Like, he gives the psycho killer vibe. Just adding blood just adds to the effect for me. And I love these stiff styles they like to do. I can hear every chop, every crack in the air, every time when they strike each other with their techniques. It's just so awesome. And Cody Ibushi and whatnot, like, he was great. Like, he had said in an interview he does not want to be part of the Bullet Club drama going on. Yeah, I'm afraid the second you went in there to help Kenny Omega months back, you got yourself involved. So, yeah, you can't back out now. And, yeah, and also during the match, we got the Young Bucks coming out asking, look what you're doing, and basically playing the roles as the kids who want their parents to stop fighting, saying, Mom, Dad, please stop fighting. You are tearing me apart, Kenny and Cody. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting from this. Like, the Elite is having all these dissensions from within. You got all these other dissensions going on. I have no idea when we're going to have more members strike up and try to strike out on their own. Like, so far they've been only having a select few outside members of the main group. But I want to see more of the Bullet Club be part of this angle. Like, they showed it on Being the Elite. There was a match, I believe, between Kenny Omega's Bullet Club versus Adam Page's Bullet Club, I think. I could be wrong. But that's not what I'm talking about. I wanted to talk about the first stage of the war, which is basically from the Great Betrayal implosion and up to Cody versus Kenny at Super Card of Honor. So when this match was going, I was like, wait, who's going to win this match? I don't think Kenny Omega and Cody Ibushi should win because they've already been having a huge run with this, and they need to start getting some casualties in this battle. They only lost one match so far from what I've seen from the New Japan Pro side of things. So I was looking, seeing like they have to give Cody and Page some victory here. Sure enough, they got a victory, and the Golden Lovers lost their first tag team bout together from what the commentators were saying. And Oh man, Cody and Paige being the crazy psychopathic madmen who want to take over is so freaking awesome. But Kenny Omega being this hero thing, like I love everything going on with this storyline. I'll just say that. But yeah, I was getting the feeling like, yeah, there was a little bit of a delay, a spot that really should have been addressed. Like Kenny, like seriously, Cody, Kenny's like right there. He could get up at any time. But those flaws, yeah, I don't really get bothered with them as much. Like if WWE did it, I would have been complaining most likely. But the reason why I don't see that problem with New Japan Pro Wrestling or the other wrestling independents is because I'm looking at something different. Like they try to do much better than main rosterville. That has pissed me off for so many times. Oh god. And Paige was freaking awesome. Cody was the psycho, and Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, their technique together is so in sync now. Like, yeah, it's turning close to like yeah, I want to see Kenny and Kota Ibushi take on some really great competition in the future. Like, I might make a video of this one day, but I've always envisioned lately of a interconnected shared universe, like, you know, the Marvel movies, but instead it's with the wrestling industry. Like, you see all the independent promotions sharing their talent. I want to see WWE do the same thing. If Vince McMahon was not so freaking stubborn, I would love to see an interconnected universe. Could you imagine the matches we could get? AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega, since that's a match that should happen, especially after with the fallout between the two, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, like it'd be so freaking awesome. Yeah, I know it can be very complicated, but come on, like like this would be like showing that you're thinking the fans are smart instead of treating them like they're a bunch of idiots, like they like to do so many times, like doing Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal, thinking the former would get cheered, but that's failing miserably, and Jinder Mahal's getting cheered, and I really don't want to go into that. So, yeah. And there was a moment I thought Kenny Omega hit his head on the rail, and I was a little worried at there, but it looked like he was alright. And also, when he crashed on the table, because, yeah, Japan's style is very stiff, so, yeah. And, yeah, I just really, really enjoyed that tease they were going to do the one-winged angel through the table, but Adam Page just destroyed that moment. And, yeah, and I liked when Kota Ibushi was the last guy when Kenny Omega was down. Like, he's doing the never say die thing. Like, he knew he was going to not win, but he's going to go down taking somebody with him, and he made Cody bleed. Tell me, do you bleed? Well, he didn't really make Cody bleed, but he made, but Kenny did. But with the wheel kick, which, oh god, that was so awesome. Really hope he's alright. Really hoped he was alright when I saw this, but luckily he is. And, yeah, I just love this Bullet Club Civil War storyline. I've been having a feeling where I think I might know where this is going to end. It's going to probably end at that big independent wrestling show, All In, which I recently heard just went ahead and sold out under 30 minutes. So I hope they stream it online, because that would be freaking awesome. But that's beside the point. And we didn't really get much more added depth. I think that was the one problem I had a little bit with this match, that there wasn't really that much added depth besides the Young Bucks getting involved, trying to stop this fight from breaking out even more. Which was the highlight of the match for me, but I felt like something else was missing. Like, the previous match between Kenny and Kota versus Cody and Marty Scurll, you got something, especially that kiss scene. At least that was added content into the match. But yeah, it's like the commentators had to sell it. Like, they were told, okay, go all out, but could you not go as all out as you can, because we got this big pay-per-view coming up, and we need Kenny and Cody to get on and fight. So yeah, we need to save it for that. That's the vibe I got. Like, this match is replayable, but I get the feeling they were they wanted, this was the vibe I was getting. They wanted to go all out, but they knew they had to save the energy for the 2 matches that were going to happen at Supercard of Honor, where Kota would take on Adam Page and Kenny Omega would take on Cody Rhodes, which I am all excited for, which I'm excited to watch. I'm going to watch Kota and Adam Page first, and then get to watching the legendary Kenny Omega versus Cody Rhodes match. Also, I can't remember which match it was, but Kenny did call Cody a WWE reject, and Cody retorted by calling Kenny a developmental reject, because here's the thing. He was a developmental talent, not for NXT. This was before NXT, and this was before Florida Championship Wrestling. This was another developmental center they were doing wrestling at, that WWE was using as a development place. And, oh god, they thought he was not going to amount to anything, and now look at them. They were coming back on their knees and saying, please sign with us. And I was like, wow, Kenny has them in the palm of his hands, and I'm glad he said no, especially after that bullshit they pulled with the whole, we own a hand gesture, because reasons. I seriously still hate that. But besides the point. So this match was fun. This was a fun match. I plan to watch some other matches from this pay-per-view, especially after I talk about Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes' match. After that, then I'll get back to watching some New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor matches that were outside the Bullet Club Civil War. I plan to talk about that. But like I said, I'm still focusing on this Bullet Club Civil War as a storyline, because it's pretty great so far, and I'm really thinking, I'm betting, I'm going all in, that this is going to end at All In. That's just my guess. It would be a perfect way, like the Cody and the Young Bucks' biggest gamble, which is paying off, ending this great storyline, not at Ring of Honor, not at New Japan, not at Progress, not at any of these other independent promotions, but ending at a show that the Bullet Club seeked to make out of this passionate way to show we can be just as big as WWE. We can go all in with this. We can take it to the extreme. We can reach WWE's level. And by God, I'll say they succeeded when that comes around. They got the sellout crowd, but let's see how their quality is, which I'm not doubting. So those were my thoughts on Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi of the Golden Lovers versus Cody Rhodes and Hangman Page of the Bullet Club tag team match at Sakura Genesis. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Stay tuned for more. And good night, goodbye, bang!